Over a month.
Why, what happened?
Do you know where they went?
Who are you looking for?
Bradshaw? Glenn?
Bradshaw. Glenn Bradshaw?
Yeah.
That's my son.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm his bail bondsman.
Oh, okay.
Where's your son?
Didn't he come see you today?
I don't know if he came and see me, but he hasn't seen me in 3 weeks. I was
Didn't
on
he
the
come?
road all day, so I don't know.
He went to see you today in New York. I moved. I used to live there. I moved out April 3rd.
Okay. He said he was living there.
He was.
Well, where's he living now?
Glenn went to see you today.
That's not what I'm asking you. Where's Glenn now?
Well, I'm in the Howard Johnson. Glenn been staying with friends, but Glenn went to New York to see you
So
today.
you may want to call Glenn because I don't have a phone number to get a hold of Glenn.
Glenn don't have a phone.
Well, do you know how to get a hold of him?
No,
Not at all.
no, but I am his mother,
And who bailed him out?
his uncle, Nelson Bradshaw.
Yeah, and that number doesn't work either. Can you get a hold of Nelson?
Uh,
All right, because
Maybe
Glenn,
I can
Glenn
try.
has not come in since May 22nd. Was the last time he came into my office, almost a month ago.
Are you serious?
Yep. Okay. I
When
didn't
his
drive up to.
grandmother-
I didn't drive up to this town
When his
with my help.
grandmother, I see y'all, I'm standing here with my neighbor because
Right.
I used to live there, and I'm looking
Right.
like, what the hell? And y'all ask, it's funny you asking questions because that's my son.
Yeah.
And we make sure that we try to give him money to get down there
And it's true
to
because
see y'all. You know what I mean? And today,
I live on Louis Stop. I live right here.
Okay.
he went down, all right, last week he was supposed to come see you.
Yeah, last 3 weeks he hasn't been. And I don't have a phone to get a hold of him. None of the
He doesn't
phone.
have a phone.
Well, that's not my problem.
Well, you yelling at me. It ain't
I'm not
my-
yelling
I mean,
at you, dear.
He's
Okay,
grown.
but
He's
it's a
21
little-
years old.
Right, but again.
I'm just being
right.
honest with
so
you.
how do I get a hold of his uncle?
I don't know because I don't deal with his uncle, but I can try to call his grandmother.
If you could, please, because his uncle's number doesn't work either. And he's the one responsible for him.
Right, so you know Nelson Bradshaw.
Well, I
Well,
don't.
you asked me
I've
who
never
bailed him
met
out.
him.
You already knew that.
I know who is. Yeah, well,
All right, but you yelling at me and everything.
I'm not yelling at
I'm
you,
just
dear.
his mother. You know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
yelling at you. And I would think as his mom, you should be able to get a hold of your 21-year-old son.
Well, my 21-year-old son doesn't have a phone.
Well,
You know what I mean?
He should get a job.
He had a job,
Well,
and he lost the job.
Right.
So, you know.
well, he's about to lose his freedom if I don't speak to him tonight.
Okay, well, I
Okay?
don't know. I'm going to try to call his grandmother.
And then when I hit him with bail jumping charges, he'll know why. I'm just annoyed that I had to drive up here. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
nobody
it's just
has.
funny that I'm just standing here with my neighbor.
Right.
I used to live there, and
Right.
I am his mother.
Right,
Want
but-
my ID?
No, I believe you. I believe you. Why would you
getting
lie?
real nasty with me for no reason. I
Nobody's
didn't do
getting
shit.
nasty, man.
I don't deal with his uncle. I'm going to try. Yeah.
I'm trying to prevent. My job is not to put people in jail. My job is to take people out of jail. Okay. But when I have somebody that's not checking in, now I was up in Syracuse all day today. Okay, so I don't know if he came into the office, but somebody would have
He
called
did.
me.
He did.
How do you know? You don't know that for sure. You didn't even go there with him. You guys have been giving him money to get down there. He hasn't showed up in 3 weeks.
I be giving him money, and his grandmother
Right.
pay his tickets like, you know.
Okay,
like
and I
online.
understand that, dear. You know. I would assume he's probably somewhere in the city since he's got court tomorrow morning, correct?
Yes, he did.
Mhm.
That's great, grandmother.
I'd rather squash this whole thing tonight rather than going to court tomorrow and putting him back in jail and charging him. Well, I
When
don't
you
want.
came up here for something, you was gonna put him in jail anyway.
No, I'm coming
Oh,
from
no.
Syracuse, so that's.
I don't know what the hell
No?
going on. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
I know we make sure he get his ass down there.
He has not
you
been
know?
there. This is the gentleman that does all the check-ins. Your son has been on bond a while too, which pisses me off is that he was never messing up, and then all of a sudden for the last 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, he hasn't come in. Like that you know, something goes wrong.
Yeah.
You know, why did all of a sudden he stop
I don't
going?
know.
You know what I mean? Like that's what
Why you
my
taking my
concern
damn
is.
money and acting like your ass is gone and you're not? Then I got your bail bondsman running up on me. Well, he didn't even know it was me. Just so happened I'm your mother. I don't got time for that. I give him he ain't my only child. I got 5 kids.
Mhm.
He's the oldest. His uncle bailed him out.
Right.
So it's late. I'm gonna try to call his grandmother. This is great grandma to try to get his uncle's number.
Yeah, well, because that's the problem too, and I'll address that with his uncle once I speak to him. But none of the phone numbers work, so I can't get a hold of anybody. That that turns into an issue too.
I know she's telling the truth because I'm with them when she says.
Yeah, I'm not down
I
there.
see y'all peeking in the window.
I
I already
know.
know everybody
What's the
live
problem?
there.
I'm not down you. I'm not down you. Listen, if I thought you were lying to me, I would tell
No,
you.
I know you ain't looking for me. I ain't know.
Right, I'm not-
Like
like I said, I'm
you ain't looking for
listen.
me.
Listen, he even went the extent and told us he was living here, so I don't think he's trying to hide anything. But I want to know why he can't check in the last 3-4 weeks.
And there's no way to call him, so we have to come.
True. I mean, I was in Syracuse since last night, you know, looking for a guy. And then I went down to Scranton, Pennsylvania to work, and then to Stroudsburg, and now I come over here, and I still got to go back to Brooklyn to work tonight. You know?
Wow. Oh, yeah, 'cause that's where you have to go
Right.
to Brooklyn.
Yeah. How far are we from the city from here?
Hour and a half.
Like an hour and a half.
It's that far.
See if Giddy's grandmother's voice
No,
now.
that's an hour and a half to the city, to Brooklyn. Wherever you're gonna go is another few minutes.
It's nice and quiet up here, though.
Oh yes, I've been here 10 years. Never have a problem.
I can give you his grandmother's number, these
Yeah.
numbers. That's the most I can do. The uncle that bailed him out, I don't speak to
Do you
him.
know if he still lives at the address that he?
No, his uncle moved to Beamerton. He been moved to Beamerton.
Upstate?
His uncle,
The one that bailed him out? Nelson?
he been gone.
Way upstate?
He's in Beamerton.
We just went through Binghamton.
Well, he's in Beamerton.
15 miles from Syracuse.
His uncle been in Beamerton for about fucking 7 months or something like that. Maybe longer. But
How long has he been out on bail for?
Who?
His son.
Well, I think he bailed him out in the summertime because I've been up
So
here.
alright, but so his uncle moved after he bailed him.
Right.
Okay. Alright, what's grandma's number?
Grandma, I'm gonna give you grandma.
Grandma?
His grandma is 646
646
469
469
8870.
8870. Okay, that's grandma.
Yeah, and you could try because it's late. This is great grandma.
Great
I'm
grandma.
trying to get you to get in touch
Right.
with the uncle,
Yeah.
which is 347.
Now, is that your brother?
No, that's his father's. I
Okay.
got 5 kids by his date. We all family.
Alright.
The uncle that bailed him out is his uncle.
Right. Your husband's or ex-husband, whatever.
Right, brother.
Brother. Okay.
Okay. Great grandma.
Go ahead. 347.
347 531 0836.
Let me give you my number as well, so you have it in your phone. You know, this way if you can get in touch with him, because I would suspect that he's probably down in the city right now, considering he's at court tomorrow.
He went to the city because he said he was supposed to come to y'all on Tuesday. He said he called last week. Whoever he spoke to said come on Tuesday. So he couldn't get the car for you to get down here on Tuesday. So he went today because his days is like Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Right.
So he went today. So I'm thinking, being that he didn't come back, because I know he got court tomorrow, that he probably going to stay in the city and just go to
Right.
court.
Right. That's what.
So that's why I don't understand, like, why y'all here.
Well,
Like,
because I was
cannot
coming from.
believe he ain't
no,
been down
because I
here.
was coming from Syracuse, so he stopped here.
But what
now,
kills me
if
is
he
that
came into the office today, I have his check-in card. Each week when they come in, they have to check in.
Okay.
So they would have called me and said, "Hey, Vinny, do we have this check-in card?" And I would have said, "Yes, I want to speak to him. You tell him to sit his ass down, and I'll be down there in a few hours."
But the thing that bothers me is that we've been scraping up to make sure that he get down
Right.
there. And then for you to tell me that he ain't been there
Right.
since May. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean,
that
hey,
shit
look.
bugs me out. I swear. That's bugged out.
I can show you right here, dear. You know, he checks in, everything's fine. It's a blank page.
That shit's bugged out. Give him my last. To get
Right
his ass
there.
on that fucking bus.
524 was the last time he checked in.
Okay.
All right. He missed a week on here. He missed this week here. He missed that week there. He checked in way late in the evening.
Okay.
All right. So we credited him for it and said don't happen again. He was fine 1, 2, 3, 4 more weeks, and then we haven't seen him in just 3 weeks. You know? And this doesn't lie. This is his paperwork. It's his signature. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I had no reason to lie to you and say, hey,
Terrible.
guess what, ma'am? You know, your son. You know, I'm not calling your son a liar, but your son's obviously been taking your money and doing
Not just
whatever.
my money, me and Grandma, we try to alternate this shit. You know what I mean? Grandma do the tickets, whatever we can. But it's just bugged out that
Now, does grandma live up here too?
his grandmother live in Manhattan.
Okay.
Great grandma live in Queens.
Okay.
The uncle been moved to Beamerton.
Okay. And
I've
see,
been here.
he never told us that either. So.
Well, the uncle, I've been here. Well, you knew he lived here. Did he tell you?
Yeah, your son told us. Yeah, he told us that a
Okay.
few months ago.
Now I moved out.
But
before-
here's the thing. He knows that we randomly ask what the updated addresses are.
Okay.
All right. So your son said that you guys were living over in Jamaica Ave. That was your original
Not
address.
me. Not
Well,
me.
that's where he was living.
Yeah, that's your uncle's
At the
old.
time of bail,
That was
right,
his
at the
uncle's
time
old
that we
address.
bailed him out. That's where he said he was living.
Okay.
Then
I was all the way up here.
he turned around a few months later and said he was living here at 9412.
He was.
Right, fine.
Okay.
But he never then turned around and told us again that he moved again. Now, if you're not living anywhere, that's fine, but I need to know how to get in touch with you.
Right.
I want your friends' numbers. I want your family's numbers.
Right.
I've got a whole...
Do you want my number?
Yeah, I'll take your number. Why don't you
I'll
call,
see y'all
call
looking.
put my phone number in your phone and call me.
What's your number?
631 662 5029.
This is the only way you're gonna get service over here. So I'm gonna call you right now.
I got full service right now.
No, I don't. I
No,
got
we
Boost.
don't over here. It's a tower over there. AT&T.
I have AT&T.
So I got Boost.
Oh.
AT&T's getting better, yeah.
3749061.
That's my number.
Okay, there you go. So I got your number, you got my number. You know, try to maybe see if you can get
What's
a hold
your
of
name?
Vinny.
Okay.
See if you can get a hold of him right now. I'm heading back to Brooklyn. If he's in
Oh
the
my
city, you
God.
can come meet me in my office, and
That's
then
terrible.
I'm going to tell you right now, the God's honest truth, what's going to happen. If I don't speak to him tonight, I'm going to show up at court tomorrow.
Okay.
If I got to show up at court
Because
tomorrow,
he's gonna be there.
right? If I show up at court tomorrow, he's going back to jail tomorrow.
Okay.
Now, if he comes in tonight, he's going to sign a warning slip, which very simply says this: if you miss another week again, and we've got to come out, there is no
It's
second
so
chance.
embarrassing.
You're going back to jail. Not only am I going to take you to jail, I'm charging you with bail jumping, and I'm going to charge your indemniter. If I got to travel to Binghamton to see his uncle,
Because
I
that's
have
where he
no
is. His uncle
problem.
been to be in retained for a long time.
He never told us that. I don't even want to know that. all
When he
right?
got bailed out, I've been up here for like a fucking year already.
Yeah. I don't want to know about his uncle being up there and not
When
telling
he
us.
went to jail, when he went in jail, I moved here. You know what I mean? So then he just chilled, and then his uncle
Right.
bailed him out. Then he came here.
Right.
After his uncle moved.
I don't want to know about his uncle moving up there because his uncle never told us. He's supposed to tell us if he moves. Because if I get documents from the court, okay, or I get a notice that says he missed court, I need to be able to get in touch with him right away and say, hey, I need you to get your attorney on the phone. We need to have a meeting right now, and you need to get back into court tomorrow and recall your warrant or go back to court. So I don't got to pay the $5,000 bail on you. So, and that being said, now I can't get a hold of anybody. None of the phone numbers. I have 6
It's
phone
such a
numbers. Nobody
coincidence
numbers
that I'm
works.
standing over here.
His uncle doesn't have a fucking phone that works. Obviously, because he moved, he never told us. In the contract he signs, and it was explained to him, if you
And
move
they're so
or
bummed out
your
because
number
I don't
changes,
speak to his uncle.
right? But I'm explaining to you, and this is the same thing explained to your son. If you move, your phone numbers change. You need to let us know within 24 hours of that. We need to always be able to have contact because that's our agreement with the court. Now, if our agreement breaks with the court, well, then my agreement with you now breaks. So now, what does that mean? That means I'm going to put your ass in jail, and I'm going to sue you for whatever money I can get out of you. So let's say here, this guy I get $250 an hour when I leave my office to come out here and hunt people down. Okay, in essence, when I have to go after somebody because they didn't go to court. So now $250 an hour. That's from the minute I get the paper in my hand. So I document everything. I've gone into small claims court to judges with notebooks like this and said, here, judge, here's documentation of everything. Have a good day. And walk out, and I let them send me a decision in the mail because I always win. I have no problem. I will sue him for $10,000-$15,000. I don't give a shit. Whatever the bill is, the bill is. You know? But with your son, I'm annoyed because he's 21 years old. He's young. Okay? Whatever he got arrested for, I don't even know. I don't even look at his charges. I don't even care. All right? He was doing fine. He just needs to, he's going to get final warrant. And that's what it comes down to. So if you have a way of maybe trying to get a hold of somebody that can maybe get a hold of him, you know, maybe grandma knows if you end up waking grandma up by calling her. You know, I'm just saying, if you do,
I'm trying.
he needs to get into. He needs
You know,
to call me,
it's the
and
bug out part.
that's
I don't even speak to these people, so now
If he call you, it will help. If he calls
yeah,
you,
absolutely.
That's
Tell him to
terrible.
call
I
me.
mean,
I mean, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that.
Asshole.
You know,
He's a
and if he's in the
asshole.
city,
You know that? He's an asshole.
if he's in the city, he's got no reason he can't get to my
I'm telling you,
office.
she's not lying.
Sir, I'm not saying she is lying. I
It's just
understand
a
that.
coincidence that I'm here and I see y'all. Like, I know nobody lived there because I moved out of here
Yeah.
on April 6th. So, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like I said, I don't have an issue with that, but he needs to get in touch with me because if tomorrow morning comes and I got to get up from my house in Suffolk and drive all the way back to the fucking Bronx to revoke his bail and make sure he gets put back in jail, then that's what's going to happen. And he can sit there, and I'll make sure the judge knows that he's homeless, he's got no residence, there's no phone numbers that work, and the judge is going to turn the $5,000 into a $20,000. Now it's going to be a $20,000 cash only, and he's going to sit in jail until his case is over. That's how we get to fuck people back. I don't like doing that to people.
Well, for one, he ain't homeless. We are at the Howard Johnson. But like I'm telling you,
Right.
his lying ass was supposed to go to New York
Okay,
today to do
but
what
he's
he had
living
to
in
do.
he's living in a motel.
Right, with me.
Right, with you. Okay.
Right.
So where is he right now?
I don't fucking know. The last thing I knew, he was going to the city. He's such a liar.
Okay.
Last week, he didn't make it there. He said, the office said, come on Tuesday.
Okay.
He couldn't get there on Tuesday, so I know that it's like Tuesdays and Thursdays that he can come, right?
Right.
Okay, so he goes today.
Mm-hmm.
So we all saying to ourselves, because he didn't call, he don't have a phone. I'll
Right.
tell you that right now. And he never called to say, Mommy, so I'm figuring to myself, well, maybe if he's smart, he'll just stay in the city. But since it would make the come from the city, from
Well,
seeing your
back
bail
here.
bondsman and go back. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Plus, he's got to check in after court tomorrow. The bonds.
So I just don't understand. You know what I mean? I really don't. I don't get
Look,
it.
like I said, if you have a phone and he's living with you, there's no excuse for him
I
not
have
to
a
be able-
phone.
Right, but there's no excuse for him not to call my office.
Okay.
No excuse. 3 weeks is enough.
Last week he called your office with my
I don't know
phone.
who he spoke to.
Somebody.
I don't know who he spoke to.
Somebody.
There's a lot of people working in that office. You know.
He spoke to somebody.
Well, that's fine. He may have
That's
very well,
terrible.
but he didn't make it in there, so that's still a problem. You understand?
Right.
It's resulted
no,
in
he
an
didn't
issue.
make it last week because they said
Right.
come Tuesday.
They didn't make it the week before that or the week before
See,
that.
that I didn't know.
May
You know what I
20, May 24th was the last time your son
That I
checked
didn't
my
know.
office.
That I didn't know.
Well, that's an issue though.
His
It's 3
issue.
weeks. You're right.
At the end of the day, all right, I'm his mother. I'm just trying to I gave you grandma number because I know for sure great grandma. You can get her probably in the morning. I don't
Okay.
know. The grandmother's in Virginia. She done went away on vacation.
Mm.
So it was like
I said, I'm not
I
going to
know.
chase ghosts down. The bottom line is this: if he goes to court tomorrow, he's
you know
going
what? At the end of the day, that's his freedom. It ain't mine.
Right.
You're gonna lie.
But you're
gonna do
still
shit.
his mother.
I am his mother, and I'm
Right.
gonna take care of him regardless.
Right.
But you're lying, and you shouldn't be taking my little money or your grandmother's money and lying like you're going down there.
Right.
And your ass ain't going.
Absolutely.
So that's just how I feel. You
Absolutely.
already know how I feel.
Yeah.
But if shit get down to the gritty, that's what it is.
Well, I would appreciate if you could make an attempt to try and call whoever you can call. Maybe
Oh, my
friends that you
God.
may know that he's called from your phone.
Oh,
You know, obviously if he doesn't have a phone, he's used your phone to call people. You know, I would assume that's just how it usually works. So, you know, maybe you can reach out to a couple of numbers you don't recognize and say, hey, did you see my son? You know, and then this way you can have him call me on my number. You have my number in there.
I got you.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. God bless. Have a great night.
Good night, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You get a phone call tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, guys.